All right, so we're going to start off with a warm up, and I unfortunately don't have time to go through the whole workout, but I will go through the whole warm up because that's the most important thing that we're concentrating on in March. And then I'm going to do 1 to 2 rounds depending on what time we're at. But the goal is to do 3 total rounds of the exercise. So it goes warm up with me, 1 round with me, okay, and then 1 round of another circuit, and then you repeat those 2 circuits 2 more times, and then you stretch and cool down. All right, so you're going to take your foam roller. You're going to start with your thoracic spine, so your mid-back. You're going to roll to your side, then onto your back. It's going to be right along your sports bra line. Your head's going to be in your hands, armpits up to the ceiling, chin is off your chest like you have a big apple there. Okay, and you're just going to kind of hang and just keep your butt on the ground, keep your heels on the ground, keep your knees apart, keep your rib cage is intact, and then just let your elbows fall over to the side. And take some big deep breaths here. Now from here, you're going to lift your head up first, and you're going to lift your hips up, and you're going to use the heels to go from sports bra line up into the neck area. Again, keeping your chin off of your chest and your elbows relaxed out to the side as much as possible. Sometimes I like to lean to the right or lean to the left because sometimes the middle of my back isn't that tight. It's more, for me personally, it's on the side. So why don't you just wiggle around and find where your tight spots are. If you find a really tight spot, just kind of hang there for 5 seconds and then you keep going. All right, so gently roll to your side. Remove the foam roller just for now. We'll come back. We're gonna rest both legs on the ground like this, keeping the feet flexed, keeping your head down and chin is up. You're gonna plant both hands on top of each other and you're just gonna do a windmill. So nice and straight arms. Watch how my wrists rotate. So it's flat across my face. I'm pointing hard through my middle finger. Okay, and then I flip my palm up as soon as my elbow's even with my temple, stretch, and then once my hand is even with my armpit, it's back down parallel to the ground. Okay, let's do 2 more this way. Taking it nice and slow. The warm-up is all about control and finding that range of motion. And reverse. So you're gonna lead with your pinky this time, palms face down until you reach palms face up, and then palms face down when your elbows even with your temple. A little bit opposite this next time around. Okay, so we're just kind of going along. We just loosen the back, and now we're just getting it a little bit more mobile, getting the shoulders their full range of motion. Okay, we're going to switch sides. So mermaid up. So we're going to drive up from the heel and come up here. Remember, just slamming straight up is not good for your low abs. Okay, it causes a lot of splaying, so we don't want that. So feet are flexed on 90 degrees. You're going to rotate back 5 to the back and 5 to the front. Again, really focusing on opening up the shoulders. So important to create that space between the shoulder and the face, and then really slowly reaching through that long middle finger here. Today's workout is going to be a lot of focus on toning up the upper back and the shoulders and the arms, and then we'll do some leg stuff to top it off. But mainly today's workout is going to be lots of toning of the arms. And then Monday, we're going to start focusing a lot in through the core. Okay, switch directions. All right, so, sorry. What we're going to do now is we're going to grab that foam roller, so come up to your side. We're going to get into those low glutes. So figure 4 stretch. We'll start with the left leg first. The left leg pops over the right thigh. You're going to kind of tilt your body into the left, and you're just going to roll to the top of the butt cheek and then down all the way to the left bottom. We're really loosening it up. I like to flex my foot to engage the Achilles, and then press the chest up to the ceiling. Again, if you find a tight spot, you want to just kind of sit there and breathe through it. Let the foam roller help you release, and then you keep moving. Okay, so take yourself off of the foam roller. We're going to send over to the right side because that's what we're going to hit next. Figure 4 stretch, flex the foot, push your chest high up into your left shin. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, so right butt cheek now. So you're going to flip your body to the side here. We're going to generate that pressure through by pressing up into the chest, tilting your body to the right, and you're just going to roll up and down the foam roller, keeping the toes pointed up towards the knee. Once you find that tight spot, sit there and let it release. And come off the foam roller, figure 4 stretch here, pull the toes up towards the ceiling, sit into the figure 4. Try to get as close to your shin as possible to really get deep into that piriformis. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we're gonna get the hip flexor and the quad, and then we're gonna get started. So let's start with that right side since we're already there. We're gonna start from the top of the hip flexor, so right in hip flexor is right here, and we're gonna roll all the way down into the top of the knee. So we're starting there, and we're rolling down into the flexor, peeling those shoulders back. We're going slow and controlled here, not dumping through the low abs. So we're pulling that belly button up, stay engaged. We're pushing away from the ground with our elbows, and we're keeping our chin off of the chest and shoving the shoulder blades down and back. Okay, again, if you find a tight spot, which it's typical to find a tight spot up into the hip flexor, make sure you hold there for a little bit, and then you just keep moving. And again, rolling laterally and medially is probably a good idea because sometimes we're not tight right down the middle line. So, sometimes I'll twist my body this way and I'll find a tight spot out here. So I'll kind of hit that spot. Sometimes I'll twist more towards midline and then I'll find all those areas, right? Okay, so since we loosened that up, now we're going to get into that hip flexor. So you're going to use your foam roller as a balance. If you have one of those big ones, just hold it from the side. You're going to come up here, you're going to scoop your butt under, kind of like you have to poop. And then without dropping your knee too far, so this one still needs to stay behind the left toe, you're just going to gently press into that right hip flexor, shove those shoulder blades back, pull the chin off the chest, squeeze your glutes tight. You should feel a gentle stretch. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, other side. Okay, there we go. We're going to do that same thing. Remember, rotate your body side to side because sometimes we're way tighter on either side of the midline. Again, pulling that belly button up, pressing hard through the elbows, shoving the shoulder blades back. Chin is long off the chest. Making sure you're breathing through those tight spots and not protecting. All right, so come up and off. Again, holding that foam roller there. You're going to drag the right leg out this time. You're going to scoop your butt, tuck the belly button in, gently press forward with this right knee. Okay, sometimes I like to put my hand back here to make sure I'm keeping an open chest. I'm going to squeeze through that hip flexor. I'm gently going to lean forward and hold. Okay, last thing we got is the calves, and then we're going to stretch those out, and then we're going to do some mobility. Then we're going to get started. So we're going to come up and off of the foam roller. We're just going to roll our calves here, getting behind the knee, and then down by the Achilles. And sometimes rolling out from the side or midline is really important. If doubling up is too much, you can always keep your butt down and just use the other leg to get into it. Okay, switch sides. This is really tight for me. Breathing through it, keeping the shoulders down. Okay, we're gonna stretch out those calves. So we're not gonna do a static hold, we're gonna make it dynamic. So hands underneath the shoulders, we're gonna tuck the toes, and we're gonna squeeze our belly buttons up, and we're gonna push back into like a Pike's Peak position, and we're just gonna pedal the foot. So hold for 3, 2, 1, switch. 3, 2, 1, switch. 3, 2, 1, switch. And you get the pattern. Okay, so just keep going. All right, now that we've rolled out, we're gonna do cat-cow, hip circles, arm circles, and get started. So drop down to your knees, shoulders down and away from your face. Pull the belly button up, chin is off your chest. Exhale up, roll all the way up the spine, tuck the chin, and inhale down. When you tuck the belly, tuck the chin, really let that head hang heavy here so that you can release and separate the vertebrae there. And then shoving the shoulder blades back. Focusing on emptying the breath as you pull up and as you release. So remember the point of March, which I don't know if anybody even listened to me at this point, but you know, the point was, now we're gonna do hip circles in the back. The point was to really focus on making the warm up and the mobility the longest part of the workout, because that'll help you feel more loose, it'll help you move better, and it'll help you feel less pain just throughout the day. So because there was no class this morning, I'm kind of shortening this, but if you feel like you need to do this whole warm up over again because maybe you're super tight from a stressful week, then you can focus more on doing this again. If not, then you can go right into the workout. Switch legs. Try not to move the torso. The only thing moving is the leg. Okay, come on forward. Okay, arm circles. So go ahead and just sit down onto your shins. You're gonna drive those thumbs up and push the water back behind you, kind of like you're doing like a swan dive or something. Chins off the chest. Okay, and reverse circles. Lead with the pinky this time and come forward, shoving the shoulders down. Okay, drop the football fingers here, drop right ear to right shoulder. You're just gonna go side to side to open up the trap, pushing those fingers down into the ground. And shake your head yes and reverse, and then we'll shake our head down and we'll hit the workout. Okay, shake your head no. All right, here we go. So remember, the first part of this is toning up the shoulders. So your goal is to go 3 rounds of this first circuit. So if I were to be on the other side of this, what I would do is I would do the first set with me. And then sometimes I don't have the best of memory, so I'll rewind it and do it again and do it again. Or if I remembered it, I would just do it 2, 3, and then push play again, and then look at the second circuit. But you could also do it another way too. You could watch it all the way through, do circuit 1 and circuit 2 with me, and then go circuit 1, circuit 2, circuit 1, circuit 2. Up to you. The main thing about doing 3 in a row is to just really fatigue and exhaust those arm muscles without stopping and getting into that burning point. But up to you how you want to do it. Grab a drink of water. Okay, we're gonna start with 4 exercises, starting with shoulder press with the band. Again, the reason why we're using bands is because typically with the weight, you can use a lot of momentum to push the weight up, okay, and then people usually only feel it on the way down. So why we're using bands, you're gonna feel it on the way up, and you're using your core and your glutes and your lats to come up, and your biceps and your triceps. And then coming down, you're using those same muscle groups I just mentioned. Okay, so that's why we're gonna use a band. Get your toughest band, please. We're gonna double it up. So you're gonna double it up here. Feet are gonna be squared off. Okay, shoulder width apart, tucking up the belly button. We're starting overhead, pulling the band apart. So it's really important that you drive away with your pinkies. Chin is off the chest. Okay, we got 15 slow. Here we go. So we're pulling down in front of the face all the way to the clavicle and then press back up. Our belly buttons are tight the whole time. Our glutes are tight. Our hamstrings and our quads are pulled up towards the waistline, so everything is truly engaged. It's 1, 2, 3, pause, up, 2, 3, pause and pull, down, 2, 3, pause, up, 2, 3, pause and pull. Okay, so you should really feel it on the triceps, on the pulling part, and on the way down, because that's the muscle groups you're using. Exhale on the way up, or excuse me, on the way down, inhale on the way up. Pull. You're not pulling and you're not burning, you're not burning, you're not pulling hard enough. Here we go. This is 13, 14, and 15, people. Here we go. You should be burning, especially if you're using this dark pink band. Okay, we're going right into the next one, which is pull aparts for 15. Palms are going to be facing down. Feet are going to be squared off. Okay, pull aparts. We're just going to pull here. Okay, so the wider you grip, the easier it's going to be. The more you choke in, the harder it's going to be. You're not going to be able to pull as far apart, but it's up to you on what challenge you want to do today. Toes face towards me, 15 pulls. Here we go, nice and quick in 3, 2, 1. So this is 1, 2, 3. Keep your elbow straight. Exhale, pull, inhale together. Pull the belly button back as you drive the pinkies away from midline, squeezing glutes, quads, and hamstrings. 11, 14, 15. Good job. Okay, low row and then push outs, and you can take a water break and do this again. So your feet are going to step up on the band. You're going to drag those feet a little bit wider than shoulder width apart to create more tension. Your chest is going to be completely parallel to the ground. See how my shoulders are here? They're relaxed. I'm shoving my shoulder blades back because it just elongated my neck, and I'm going to scoop that belly button up. Palms are facing in towards each other. Okay, lift those big toes up. I'm going to keep my elbows scraping my rib cage and then down. Okay, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep your neck long. 5, 6. Exhale up. Pull the belly button up as you drive those elbows up. 14 and 15. Okay, push outs, and then you have to do it again. Okay, unless you want to go into circuit 2 like we had talked about. Okay, so feet are going to be shoulder width apart, palms are facing towards me on the screen. Okay, pulling those belly buttons in, those 4 contacts, belly button in, butt cheeks tight, quads up, hamstrings up. Okay, everything tightens. We're going to pull this band apart, then we're going to push it away from us and continue to rip the band apart, kind of like a standing push-up. Okay, double up the band, all 4 points tight, and we're going to push. 1, 2, 3. Pull apart hard. Come on, stay with me. Exhale out. 11. And 15. Okay, you only have 20 seconds to rest, and you got to do it again. So let's time this 20 seconds so you know how short of the break it is, and then you have to do all 4 exercises, no break in between the exercises. Okay, you have 5 more seconds. Okay, either rewind it or press pause or head into the next circuit with me. Okay, so this next one is circuit number 2. There's only 3 exercises, same format. We're going to do 15 of each. 3 rounds through, no stopping, except for the 20-second rest in between the circuit. The exercises in the circuit. You're gonna take your band, and so what I did is I plopped it behind my back. Now I'm gonna stick it underneath my armpits like this. So it's doubled up in the back, kind of like a sports bra, and it's underneath my armpits like this. And I put the band in between my thumb and my index finger. Shoulders are gonna be down. I'm gonna do a kickstand here. So I'm gonna start with my right leg. I'm gonna tighten all 4 points, so butt cheeks, quads, hamstrings, and the belly button. And I'm gonna punch and punch. So the goal is to go as fast as you can, okay? Kind of hard with this pink band. So if you need to go down to the green band to do it fast, that's fine. We're gonna do 15 on the right, 15 on the left, 15 on the right. If you're like one of the people that have to even out, you can do another set if you want to, okay? So let's do exercise number 1, 15 punches. Pull the shoulder back, blades back, chins off your chest, all 4 points pulled up and tight. Here we go. Get those thumbs right in front of the shoulders. We go on 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. As quick as you can. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, it's nice to use this tight one because you can really feel it in the triceps when you punch out and back in. Okay, the next one is going to be lateral heel walk. So you're going to take your tightest band and you're going to put your feet inside this band. Okay, you're going to pull the band up as tight as you can, so up towards your clavicle. You're going to stay on your heels only. So let me dip this down so you can see what my feet are doing. You're going to do your heels only. So as you pull the band up, as you saw before, you're going to pull all 4 points up, belly button, butt cheeks, quads, and hamstrings. So you're walking on your heels. We're going to go 7 to the right, 7 to the left. Okay, I know that's 14, but 15 is uneven, so let's do 14. So here we go. Pull the band up. We'll walk to the right first. And 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 1. The tiniest steps possible, only staying on your heels. Okay, to the left. Only on your heels, toes stay up. Chest is up, chin is off your chest. Okay, now lateral toe walks. Okay, so you're gonna pull that band up. You're gonna be on your tippy toes. 7. So here we go. 1. Pull the belly button in, chin's off your chest. Should feel it in your low back and glutes. Switch. Okay, now you get a 20-second break. We'll time that. And then you have to do it 2 more times. Again, if you're an even person, you can do 4. Make sure you hydrate in between the sets, and your form is the most important, okay? So if you have to stop to kind of check your form, that's what I care about most. Other than that, your 20 seconds is up, and let's go ahead and repeat.